Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing good. So let us do a dynamic programming problem in this video, but it is on LeetCode. And the reason why I'm doing LeetCode series is because some problems are not there in the DSA sheet, and moreover, you can get a better practice. Like in the DSA sheet that I'm solving, there are variety of problems, but to get a hang of it, you need to practice more such similar and variation of those kind of problems to get a hang of it. So that is why I'm doing this. If you like it, please do share it with all your friends and subscribe to the channel. And after watching it, if you like the video, hit the like button. So let us see today's problem. It is called delete and earn. You are given an integer array nums. You want to maximize the number of points you get by performing operation some number of times. What is the operation? We pick any element in the array, and if we delete that element from the array, we will earn that many points. The value of that element in the array, that many points we will get. But after that, we also have to delete all the occurrences of that array value -1 and array value +1. So we need to delete all those occurrences. Return the maximum number of points we can earn by applying the above operation. So let us see what it means. So let us take some examples to get the feeling of the problem. Okay. So let us say the problem is 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So now suppose I choose 5 because 10, like intuitively we'll think that we want to choose the maximum one because see, we have to earn points, right? So to earn points, we will choose maximum one. So if I choose 5 here, then I should delete 4. Because you have to delete all occurrences of 5 minus 1 and 5 plus 1. So 5 plus 1, 6, there is no occurrence. So 4 is deleted. So 4 is not there. Now what I'll do? Now you tell me what is remaining. I'll take another 5. So I can take 5 again, correct? So if I take 5 again, then I should delete again 5 minus 1 or 5 plus 1. But 4 was already deleted. So I don't have to delete anything. So till now I have earned 10 points. 5 plus 5, correct? Now remaining is this much. Now you tell me what should I do? Should I delete 3? It means should I take 3 from the array and add it to my total, or I should delete 2, which is better? So suppose I delete 3, delete in the sense we are not reducing from the total. When we delete an element from the array, we are adding it to our total. And what is being deleted? The 3 minus 1 and 3 plus 1. The value of the array -1, value of the array +1, if it is there in our given array, that we have to delete, right? So we'll delete both occurrences of 2's. So in this case, we will get total answer as 13. Okay, so if I delete 3, then I'll get 13. So instead of saying delete 3, maybe if I say if I choose 3, I think you will get confused if I say delete 3. And if I choose 2, then what will you do? So 10 was the total. Okay, before doing all this, 10 is the total, now 2. But I should delete 2 minus 1 and 2 plus 1. So I should delete 3. So 3 I can't take. So if the array was this now, see, I'm talking about this condition. We have used both the 5's, the 4 is deleted. Now we are choosing this 2. We choose it, we delete it from the array. We have to delete 3 also. So gone. But I can choose another 2 now. So I'll choose another 2. So it will be 14. So it is not always true that we have to take the higher values, because it ultimately depends on the frequency of numbers. See here, 2 is less than 3, but frequency of 2 is greater than frequency of 3, and the sum of all those 2's, sum of 2's. So this is important. Sum of those numbers which having value 2 greater than. So in this case, it is advisable to not delete the larger number, not choose the larger number. How do we solve this problem now? So this was just to get the feel of the problem. How do we solve it? So see, so what is the problem actually saying? So if I take a value, so if I take nums of I, if I choose it, I have to delete it from the array, and I will earn nums of I, that many points I will earn. But I should also delete nums of I minus 1 and nums of I plus 1. So all three should be deleted, which means the frequencies of all this should be deleted. So what are the frequency of nums of I minus 1, nums of I plus 1, all these frequencies should be, all those elements will be deleted. So to solve this question, before going to this question, let us take a look at another question and let us try to apply those concepts. This problem is called house robber. In this problem, what it is saying, each house has a certain number of amount of money. The only constraint is that adjacent houses have security system, and it automatically detects the police if two adjacent houses were broken. So you can't take money from two adjacent houses. And given an integer array representing the amount of money, return the maximum amount of money you can take tonight without alerting the police. So this house robber, what is it saying? This problem, house robber, it is saying that if I have some number of houses, okay, and each house has some money in it, if I choose this house, then I can't choose this or this. I can go only for this. So if I'm at the house I, if I choose house I, then I can choose I plus 2, and I can't choose I plus 1. Or I can choose only I plus 1. If you have to see it in another way, if I am already at house I, then I can add whatever value was there in house I minus 2 to house of I, whatever this value is there, or only whatever is there in house of I minus 1. If we understand this problem clearly, we will get to know that we can apply the same concept in our problem. Because see, ultimately if we choose any value, we have to delete the adjacents. So it is the same house robber problem. I think house robber problem I've already solved in the DSA sheet, and this house robber has lot of applications. I mean, it is simple because see, I hope you're able to at least correlate that here in house robber example, if you're at a particular house, you can't steal from adjacent houses. In our problem, if you take a value nums of I, you have to delete nums of I minus 1, nums of I plus 1. You have to delete all those values, which means you can't take those values, right? For the total points, you can't take it. So ultimately, this problem will become house robber problem. And how to solve house robber problem? So first let us see how to solve that house robber problem, okay? And then we'll try to relate to our problem. So house robber, what was it? So let us say we have only one house, or we have two houses. So if we have one house, whatever the amount is there in that house, we will take it. If we have two houses, whatever the amount is there in house number 2, house number 1, we have to take maximum out of both of them. Because see, if there are two houses, if I pick this one, I can't pick this. Similarly, if I pick this one, I can't pick this. So I should take whichever has maximum, correct? So this is the base case conditions for our DP array. So our DP array will be there, right? These base case conditions will satisfy that. And for house number 3 to house number n, what is the recursive relation? It will be DP of I is maximum of, either we take this house, sorry, it will be nums of I. We take this house, whatever it has amount, and we add it to house before the previous house, which means if there are 3 houses here and I'm currently here, if I take all the amount from this house, I can't choose this, I will choose this. So that is why nums of I plus DP of I minus 2, or I will take DP of I minus 1 only, whichever is greater. Because if I don't choose this house, I can choose this, right? So this is the recursive relation. Okay, this is a recursive relation. But in this problem, what all will remain the same? This DP array will remain the same, right? DP array is storing what? It is storing the total points earned. What changes is this nums array. Because see, as I told you, if suppose this is the array, okay, and I choose 3, I have to delete all the occurrences of 2 and all the occurrences of 4. So I need essentially sum of all those 2's. So how this array is going to transform, I'll tell you. See, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. If this is our given input array, we should transform it to this. What is sum of all 2's? 4. What is sum of all 3's? 3. What is sum of all 4's? 8. So essentially, how the input array will change is, it will be the summation of all the occurrences of that number. That's how it is going to change. Because see, now when we have this array, this boils down to house robber problem only. So now it represents total number of points. Because if I choose 3, I cannot choose the remaining, right? In this case also, if I was choosing 3, I am anyway deleting 2 2's. 2 2's are 4 and 4 2's are 8, right? So basic maths, right? So now we have successfully seen how we have converted a given problem that we had already done to a problem that we are newly solving. So I wanted to show in this video that you don't have to mug up, you can remember from your previous experience. And that is the point of dynamic programming. Remember from your previous experience. So now I hope you have understood this much. You do one thing, you take an example which is already here and try to see what I'm trying to say. Try to dry run it. Okay, I've given you the direction, you can dry run it. And now I'll show the coding, how to do the coding. Okay, so let us see the implementation. What I'll do is I will first of all take DP. Now DP of what? How long the array should be? See, in house robber problem, if we compare, we are already given the number of elements. The input array itself is what we should work on. But here we should change our input array because we don't know what is going to be our max value. We don't know that. So let us not try to define. So first let us, you know what we'll do? We'll take a vector. Let us say it is called sums. And what is the size of this? So maximum value can be 10 power 4. So what I'll do, I will make a vector of size this much. What is this vector sums? For each and every number from 1 to 10 power 4, if that element occurs in the array, then for that particular element, how many ever elements are there, altogether that summation, I want to do a mapping. You can use map also here. For example, in this case, T 2, 2, 3, 4, I want to say that sums of 2 is equal to 4. Basically, how many ever elements are there for that particular number, that sum should be there because we're interested in sum only. Why we're interested in sum? Because we want total points. If I have to delete something, I have to delete all occurrences of that number. So I need the summation. So let me take this array. Fine. Now what I will do, for int I equal to 1, I less than, this will be the, yeah, now I have to process the nums array. So what I'll do sums of nums of I plus equal to nums of I. So what is this? And before that, first of all, let us set all the values to 0. Okay, but what is this sums of nums of I? Which means that for that particular number, how many ever occurrences are there, I am adding all those values. So essentially, when this loop ends, each number will be mapped with its total number of elements occurred with the sum. Sum is most important here. So you try to understand this with this example. So 2 sum will become 4, 4 sum will become 8, like that. Okay, this is done now. Now what we will do? We will make DP array. Now DP array also will take 10 power 5 only. Okay, DP array also will take 10 power 5 only. Actually here, instead of taking 10, not 10 power 5, sorry, 10 power 4 plus 5, instead of taking 10 power 4 plus 5, what you can do is you can find out maximum value in the array and you can make DP array of that size only. Anything is fine. So first we have to do initialization. So what is DP of 1? DP of 1 is going to be sums of 1, which means what? If there is only one house, related to house robber problem, one house means whatever value is there in that house, that will be our answer. DP of 1 here means if the number 1 only is present in the array, if the number 1 that only is present in the array, then we'll take that only, right? Suppose 1 and 2 are present in the array. Now what we'll do? Concentrate on the numbers. Now we should concentrate on numbers. See, 1, 2 here is number, not array element. 1 is present as an array element. So here we will take sums of 1 or sums of 2 maximum. Correct. Now let us say for int I equal to 3, I less than or equal to I less than 10 power 4 plus 5, right, plus I. Now we will say DP of I is equal to, now what is it going to be? If I take the current number, so if I take I equal to 3, whatever summation of I is, I can add it with DP of I minus 2. Same as house robber. Instead of sums here, it was nums in house robber. But in this problem, we need to accumulate all the sum and map it to that number, that's all. Or I will take DP of I minus 1. And in house robber, what we were returning actually, if you remember, in house robber, we were returning maximum of value left in the last house or second last house. If you remember clearly, in house robber, we were returning the maximum value that we can get from DP of n minus 1 or DP of n minus 2. If you still have a doubt in this, solve this house robber, you will get to know. So here also, what we'll do, we'll say return DP of this, DP of this or DP of this. So you don't have to worry that why are we considering all the numbers? What if the number that we're considering is not even in the array? That is why I have already initialized all the sum to 0. If for your convenience, what you can do is here you can say that if this element is present in the array, I mean, it is your wish. So first let us see if this works. So I have compiled the program and it is giving accepted answer. Let me just run it. So it is giving the correct answer. I hope you are able to get correlation of this house robber and this delete and earn problem. It was interesting, right? You at least you now know that whatever you learn from your previous experience in dynamic programming, it will help. And not just in dynamic programming, in all other topics also. So if you really like the video, hit the like button. If you learned something, hit the like button. And please share it with all your friends as much as possible. Just, you know how you can share. You just say that, can you solve this problem? Just challenge them and say that before watching the video, just pause the video, try it by yourself. And then if you don't, watch the video. So that's how you can do, and subscribe if you have not yet. So until the next video, take care, stay safe, keep learning, keep growing, stay tuned. Bye.